Alright, folks, week 6 of the NCAA college football season. Man, the time is flying. It's amazing that, here we are in the, the first week of October, and we're just now getting to week 6. Like, it doesn't seem possible, but, I guess the way it worked out with the timing of the Roman calendar and all that jazz. Alright, so Thursday night, we got a pretty big one. We got Louisville taking on North Carolina State, not North Carolina Tar Heels. This one has upset written all over it. Because NC State's been playing very, very well. Louisville's a 4-point favorite. The over/under is 65.5. I'm really, really tempted to go with North Carolina State in this one. I'm very tempted, but I still think the Cardinals can win by at least a touchdown. So I'm going to say take the points for Louisville. I think they win outright. And keep the over/under under 65.5. Ole Miss taking on Auburn. Auburn's a 21-point favorite. The over/under is 57.5. I'm going to say keep it definitely under 57.5 for the over/under. And I think the Tigers win by... I don't think they win by 21 points. I think they win by like 17 or 18, but not that many points. So take Auburn to win outright, but give Ole Miss the points, and you should be a happy, happy camper. Wake Forest at Clemson. Once again, a surprisingly decent matchup. People don't know this. Wake Forest, they're 4-1. They are not really a bad team in the grand pantheon of things. But Clemson's Clemson. So they're a 21.5-point favorite. Over-under set at 47.5. I'm going to say definitely keep it under. And Clemson... Yeah, Clemson should cover this one. They should win by at least, 24-something points. So I think 21.5, that's a good even number to go with. So we'll take Clemson there. Don't even bother the spread. Just be conservative here. Penn State at Northwestern. Penn State's a 14.5-point favorite. Over-under is 53.5. I'm going to say keep it under 53.5. I think Penn State wins by... probably 18, so we'll just take the money on them. Don't even bother. Iowa State at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 28-point favorite. Over/under is 69. I'm going to say keep it under as far as the over/under is concerned. And I think Oklahoma wins by like 21, 24, but not the full 28. So pick OU to win outright, but go with Iowa State on points. Georgia at Vanderbilt. Georgia's 17.5-point favorite. Over/under is 42.5. I can tell you right now, go above that. Will UGA win by 17.5 points against Vanderbilt? Well, they just blanked Tennessee 41-0, and they beat Mississippi State by almost 30 points. So they should be able to do that. I think they can cover 18 points easy. So just go with Georgia on the line. No reason to get too iffy there. LSU at Florida. LSU lost 2 games in a row, losing to Troy of all people over the weekend. Kind of funny now that Troy's probably like the best Trojans in college football after USC, crap the bed. But that's neither here nor there. Florida hosting the game, so they're obviously 3-point favorites. Over is 46.5. There are not going to be a lot of points scored in this one, I assure you. Keep it under 46.5. And because the quarterback is out at Florida, I'm going to go with LSU with the upset. So take LSU to win upright. Not upright. Well, if they do win by a field goal, that would be winning by upright. But pick LSU to win outright, and they should cover the spread easy. They should win by at least a touchdown. Miami at Florida State. Miami, 3-point favorite. Currently undefeated. Over/under is 48. Are you ready? Are you ready for it? Because this is going to be my upset of the week. I'm taking Florida State to win this game. I mean, they're already down 1. They're 1-2 right now. It's playing at home. Hurricanes are a good team, so they're going to have like a lot of commendation going into this, and people are going to be, right on their coattails. I think Florida State does a homestand. They win outright. They should win by a touchdown. Over/under 48. Definitely keep it under 48. Seminoles should win, and we'll see if things get very interesting in the ACC afterwards. Notre Dame at North Carolina. Notre Dame, 13-point favorite. Over/under is 59.5. Let's keep it under, and I think Notre Dame can win by at least 14 points, so nothing to worry about there. West Virginia at TCU. TCU 13.5-point favorite. West Virginia not a bad team though. They are a very good team. Over under is 71. Let's go over because it's going to be a shootout. I think in a shootout TCU wins by 7 points, maybe 10 points. So pick TCU to win outright, but give the point spread to West Virginia. You'll thank me on Monday morning. Maryland at Ohio State. Ohio State 31-point favorite. Over under 58.5. Maryland 3-1. Not a bad team. They already beat Texas. Yeah, I think it's going to be under 58.5. Ohio State wins outright, but not by 31 points. So give Ohio State the outright win, but give the point spread to Maryland. Oregon State at USC. USC obviously had that big loss to Washington State on Friday. Looking to rebound at home. USC is a 34-point favorite, over under 61.5. I'm going to say go under that. And I think USC is going to win by a lot, but not a full 34 points. That's just ridiculous. So USC wins outright, but Oregon State gets spread. VT at Boston College. Boston College is a 16.5-point dog. Over under is 48.5. I'm going to say keep it above that, and I'll go Virginia Tech to win by 14 points. So they don't cover the spread. VT wins outright, but give BC the point spread. Alabama at Texas. Texas A&M, don't sleep on them. They're 4-1. Still Alabama, they are a 26.5-point favorite. Over-under is 55. I'm going to say put the over-under above that because I think both these teams can score a lot of points. But in a shootout, I still think Alabama walks away victorious. Probably not by 26.5 points, though. Maybe like 17, 20 tops. So pick Alabama to win outright, but go with the Aggies to cover the point spread. Michigan State, Michigan Wolverines. Michigan, they're going to lose eventually. Michigan State 3-1, so don't sleep on them either. I'm tempted, very, very tempted, but because it is at home for the Wolverines, they pull it out. The over-under is 41, and they have a great defense on top of that. Actually, you know who has the number 1 defense in college football right now? Okay, Michigan is number 2. Number 1, UT San Antonio. So how about that? Go Roadrunners. Alright, so I'm going to keep it under 41 for this game, and I think Michigan wins only by 7 points. So Michigan wins outright, but Michigan State does cover the spread for us. Alright, let's see how many more games we got. Only a couple. Okay, oh man, we got way more than I thought. So I'm just going to do this very, very quickly. So that was Michigan State and Michigan. Okay, Central Florida against Cincinnati. UCF 17-point favorite, over under 57. I'm going to say keep it under that. I think UCF will cover that pretty easily. Don't even worry about it. Wisconsin at Nebraska. Wisconsin 11.5-point favorite, over under is 47. I'm going to say keep it above that, and I think Wisconsin can win by 14 points, so just take the point spread for them. Washington State at Oregon. This is going to be my shoe-in of the week. I think Washington State's going to win this one, which is bizarre because Oregon is listed as a 2.5-point favorite. So imagine that. My lock of the week is actually an upset. How about that for crazy, freaky time, the world we're living in? All right, so over under 63. I'm going to say keep it slightly below that. I think Washington State wins by probably a full touchdown. So Washington State takes the points, obviously, and they win. Stanford against Utah. Stanford's a 5.5-point favorite. 52 over under. Yeah, I think Utah, they're going to lose eventually. They have some serious problems at quarterbacking. Stanford, I think, will win on their run game. They should win by a touchdown, so they should cover the spread. That's that. San Diego State against UNLV Rebels. Now, here's something to think about. I don't want to get morbid, but considering what happened in Las Vegas over the weekend, I think this is going to be a way, way closer game than people expect. And it's in UNLV on top of that. So, San Diego State's a 10.5-point favorite. The over-under is 57.5. It's going to be under that. It's going to be a defensive game. And I think San Diego State wins, but it's only going to be by about 3 points. The Rebels will keep it close. So go San Diego State to win outright, but Rebels take the point spread. They cover. Should be no question there. All right, and lastly, we got California at Washington. Washington, 27.5 point favorite. Over-under is 56.5. Let's keep it above that. And I think Washington wins by like 21 points, but 28's a little bit too high for me. I don't think they win by 4 touchdowns. Maybe we win by 24 points, but 28 just rankles me for some reason. So yeah, Washington win this one, but go with the point spread on California. Just hear me out on that one. Alright, so we have some very, very good looking matches coming up on the schedule. Probably going to be more than 1 or 2 major upsets, so definitely stay tuned over the weekend. And lastly, as always, we have to preface this, and whatever the opposite of preface, I guess postface, all of our videos. We do not condone illegal gambling or wagering on sports. As always, we think it's a whole lot smarter if you take that money and put it on the stock market where there are less safeguards, and you can ruin your entire family and destroy your financial circumstance a whole lot faster. Alright, those are my picks for week 6. I will be seeing you Saturday.